So you've got your base set up. So what now? What should we do now? Let's check in on that. Your greetings and salutations, Relax Gamer Nation, and welcome back to Basics, starting fresh. So we've got our base set up for the most part. We have a way to assemble basic stuff. We have our survival kit. We even have a little bit of power. So where do we go from there? Well, since this is all about progressing, and in order to progress we need materials, I think it's a great time to take a look at materials. But where do we get these materials? Well, we have a hole here of lots of rock and stuff. That's materials, right? No, it is, but it isn't. If you grab this stuff, it's great, but it's not nearly as good as getting some extra mobility going on, which means building a rover. Because with a rover, we can go further distances, and we can find better materials. So I'm currently still in creative mode here, so let's take a look at what we need to look for materials. Now, typically, what we can do, since we're running with jetpacks, is just fly up. We're in an ideal location. Look. See those little black spots over there? There's minerals under there. See that little white spot over there, if you can even see it? There's minerals under there. And there's even more further down. And there's some in the mountain over there. Oh, more materials right there. So we have materials there, there. So what am I looking for here? Well, the white stuff on the desert is materials, and the black, oily-looking things are also materials. So just keep an eye on that stuff, and you should do fine. But in order to gather those materials, we need to get to those materials. We're in an ideal location here that we have multiple material sources around us. So we can just go around here. We can jetpack a little bit to get over to the materials. That's actually a long distance by jetpack. And we can see what we got here. Let's see, we have nickel, we have magnesium, and we have silicon. Okay, that's good. Magnesium will get us bullets. Silicon and nickel are one of our base materials. Cool. Next, we have over here, which is probably the same deposit as over there. Yeah, it looks like it's just silicon. So what we can do, we can dig down here, grab a whole bunch of silicon, and transfer it. Oh, wait, we can't transfer it to the survival kit because the survival kit only does stone. So we are going to need to do something for our basic materials. Remember how I said in the last episode, do not use the basic refinery for stone. That still is true today. We can still use our stone in the survival kit to get basic stuff, but getting the raw ores is a lot better. So what we have to do is we have to build a basic refinery. Now, it doesn't have to be super massive. It can be tiny, but one of the things you don't want to do, because we're probably going to still be using stone for a little bit here, give or take, and we might actually be building something in order to get that stuff faster, which means we're going to get stone that way. So instead of doing it this way, where we just drop everything in here, well, that's fine. We can do that. Unfortunately, the basic refinery is going to try and pull all that stone. And as we discovered last time, it only gives us 70% of the materials that we can get from stone. 70% of the materials that we can get from stone, but the survival kit gives us 30% more. So it from here, you can do that. You can be like, hey, okay, I want to build a basic refiner. I don't care about the 30%. Well, perfectly honest. Perfectly good. Go for it. But for our raw minerals, iron, silicon, magnesium, cobalt even, we'll need to build that basic refinery. But we don't really need to do that right yet. Because, well, the basic refinery isn't too expensive. Let's turn our creative mode off. But it's just a matter of finding a spot to put it. Now, ideally, we would want to put like a cargo container out here. And we want to put a sorter that pushes things into our refinery. Why are we pushing stuff into the refinery? Well, with the sorter, we can tell it to only put ores in there, or like only put iron, magnesium, etc. Or we can just tell it, hey, I don't want anything other than any stone going in there. So that's what we need to do. Unfortunately, I am not sure if we have those things unlocked. Let's see here. No, we do not, because we need the conveyor system, which means we need to do a little bit of progression stuff, which kind of sucks. This is why I don't like progression, but if you're starting fresh, progression is going to be on inherently, so you just got to deal with it. Now, in order to get our conveyor, we need to... here we go. We got to build a cargo container. So let's do that. Let's build a cargo container. Cargo. And we can put a cargo container here. So if I grab the materials here and... Wait a minute. Why don't I not have interior plate? Well, we can hit our build planner and just automatically put that stuff in there. Which we just did. We can do this. Now we have a cargo container. And we can just middle mouse button, grab our materials, keep on building this. But I think we are low on... yes, shift middle mouse button to queue all the materials of what's in our build planner. Our build planner currently contains a small cargo container. I know I'm going pretty fast here. This is kind of going to be in the way, but it's good right now. This cargo container is one of our most important things. And it looks like we need more materials. Yep, we need more materials, which means we have to go do some more mining. So I'm going to do more mining. I'm probably going to do about 3, 4, maybe 5 trips in order to get this cargo container built. And then we can unlock our sorter, and we can start working on getting a refinery in here. Even though we really don't need it now, but when we start grabbing the raw stuff, we will. So let me just go do some mining here, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, we're back. I did about 4 or 5 trips, and I remembered something. In your survival pod, before you start tearing it down or doing other things to it, you want to make sure you check the seat, because the seat will give you your basic survival necessities. That being the pistol, the S10 pistol, which is a semi-automatic pistol, some magazines, and a GPS to the closest station to where your respawn pods spawned. So from here, we right click on it, and you see the GPS. Okay, we could like type that all in, but it's a lot easier to just click the create GPS marker. So click that GPS marker. Then over here in GPS, you will see it grayed out. Make sure this is not grayed out. If it is, just double click it, show on HUD, and now we're good. Because the gray means that it's only going to sit in your GPS log for a few minutes at the most. So make sure you get that first off. I have made the mistake of not getting that first off and then being like, oh, didn't I get a station or something like that? Oh, hello. Now, I may have cheated a little bit here when I put down the spawn pod, the survival kit. Normally you'd be tearing this down, in order to build that. So yeah, I kind of cheated there. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. We can't finish this cargo container because we don't have any metal grids. Uh-oh. What are we going to do? Well, there are a few options here. On the bottom of the respawn pod is a hydrogen engine. That hydrogen engine, if you grind to it... Sorry, hydrogen thruster. If you grind to it like this, if I can grind to it, that'd be great. I gotta get a little closer here. Oh, shoot. And the easiest way to get to it is probably to go underneath the seat. Or we just do this. Let's just do this. Because we don't need a lot of landing gear. The landing gear has steel plates, a motor, some construction components, and more steel plates. But this hydrogen thruster has 4 metal grids. That is very important to start with because we don't need this. We do not need this hydrogen thruster unless we are dropping on the moon or dropping on another planet that doesn't have an atmosphere. So now that we got those 4 metal grids, we can finish this off. Boom. By building small cargo container, you have unlocked other things. I didn't catch exactly what it said. But basically it told us that building that small cargo container unlocked these things. It unlocked an ejector, it unlocked some small conveyors, large conveyors, conveyor tubes, curved conveyor tubes, etc. In order to go any further to get the connector, we have to build a single small conveyor. Well, that shouldn't be too hard, right? You are absolutely correct, because we can easily do that by grinding one of these down. If I can reach it, which I can't. By grinding one of these... What? Seriously? There we go. By grinding... Did I just grind? Yeah. By grinding one of these down and rebuilding it. So now we have access more things. Are able to access more things. Sorry. So now we can build everything here. We can build the collector, we can build the connector, we can build the conveyor sorter, and we can build the small conveyor sorter. This conveyor sorter is what I was talking about that we need before we can build that refinery, because we don't want some junk going into it, going into the refinery, like just stone, because we'll lose 30% of the materials, and we're going to be getting a crap ton of other stuff. So from here, we have that. We can do a couple of things here. We don't want to touch the battery yet. We could probably get rid of this chair now, since we're not going to go anywhere. And this has a few materials which we could possibly use. That will release the landing gear. And then we can just grind down the landing gear. Now, if we want to get lots of stone without having to worry about it, we can easily just do something like this. Let's remove this. This is temporary, so don't worry about that. Oops. Put in one of these. And I'm going to do a little something here, which probably isn't going to make much sense, since we're going to be tearing apart this pod completely. But it's actually quicker to mine with a small ship drill than it is with your hands. So we're just going to keep on getting rid of some of these things because we need a little bit of space up here. Because I'm going to do something funky. So we have that. We do not need this parachute hatch anymore, so let's just get rid of it. Okay. I haven't done this before, so it may or may not work. Here I'm trying to teach you how to space engineers, and I'm still testing things. Well, that's how this game goes. Okay, and we should have the ability to get hinge. No, we do not. Ooh, that's a problem. Hinges, hinges, hinges. Requires... Oh my goodness, why? Why does it require so much? I need to build a basic assembler, which I have built, but I never actually built it. I kind of... We have to get it down to the functional hack spot. There we go. There we go. Now we've unlocked more blocks. You would have built this already. I just didn't. Okay. Now that we have that, what do we need to do to get to our hinges? I believe we need to build a battery. Okay, that should be easy enough. We have basic materials to do that. Oh, wrong way. We only need a small battery after all, right? Oh, hold on. Middle mouse button. You up. Mouse is here. There, we have a battery. Now, if I grind this down, I'm going to lose two power cells. I'm not too mussed about that. Because with the battery, I can actually do our hinges now. I haven't used the progression system since way before the hinges came out. So let me grab some materials for our hinges. Now that we can make that stuff. We only need some small hinges, right? 1, 2. That should be fine, right? We do this here. Stone is a constant issue. I did say we were gonna build a rover this episode, but there were a few other things we needed before we could build that rover. Can we build a piston? Yes, we can. Excellent. Like so. This will help us out a lot. Come on. Show me your hitbox. It's being dumb. Okay, whatever. There we go. We have that large steel tube. Then we are going to put a drill on there. I think. Uh-oh. I hate progression. Drill. What do we need for a drill? Oh, we need a basic refinery. Okay. I guess that's fine. We wanted to build a basic refinery eventually anyway. So let's extend this out. Why am I extending it out a block? Why couldn't I just put it there? Well, the sorter will only go one way, like this way. I need to get the sorter in there and then put another block here to access the refinery. It's super important that you get that sorter sorted out. Yes, pun intended. I don't need to weld this up, but I'm doing it. So we can build the basic refinery. Right-click it, so it adds to build planner. Middle mouse button, so we grab the materials, and if we're not grabbing all the materials, we can shift middle mouse button to queue it. This requires a lot of steel plates, which is unfortunate, but it's large grid. And we're probably going to have to go mine some more. Oh, it's probably assembling it in the basic assembler. Yep, right there. Okay, so we're going to need to do a bunch more, and we have some fog rolling in by the looks of it. I'm going to get down here and do more mining. The sooner I can get this sorted out, the faster I can get some materials. It's just how it is. I'd like to put another piston on top of here, though. I could probably do that. Should have the materials for that. Oh, probably not. Because I'm out of materials here. Okay. Well, we're going to go mine some more. I'll bring it back in a moment. Okay, so quick tip about the conveyor sorter. You see that it has an arrow on it. This is super important because that's the direction in which the sorter is going to transport stuff. So when we put it on a block, we want the arrow pointing in the direction that we want stuff to transport. Alternatively, you can make sure that the control panel is accessible too, because we're going to need that. So these are going to take a little bit more materials to do. And we finished this, so we unlocked our drill. Yeah, we unlocked the drill. That's mainly what we were going for here, is that drill. So let's put the drill over here. We're going to put another piston on here, maybe two. Though I'm asking for trouble when I start adding a bunch of pistons. Need steel plate to start. And do I have steel plate? No. Do I have materials for steel plate? No. Because I spent a whole bunch of material on interior plates. Okay, so we can actually disassemble that stuff. Production, disassemble. Let's disassemble 20 of these. You know what, I don't want these in here. They're just clogging things up. Disassemble 20 of those. Disassemble that, and disassemble those 4 because we don't need them at the moment. We do, however, need some steel plates. We need more steel plates. The beginning is always going to take a lot of time. Alternatively, we can just put a drill on here. And fill it up with the plates that we need, though we need more steel plates, we need construction components. Let's queue those up, and let's go mine some more. Ooh, that's the beginning of the game. Lots and lots of hand mining. So I will bring you back in a moment. Hey guys, so the sooner we can get away from hand mining, the faster everything is going to be. Now, the benefit of this drill, which took me way too long to build, in my honest opinion, because I had to build that thing, which is currently off because it uses some idle power, and I don't need it right now, is to get the drill going here. Now, when we have the drill going, just access this point, turn it on, right? Now you're gonna see that it's shaking around like mad. Up here, we have our hinge, which is connected to our conveyor system, which we can access through our cargo container. So what we can do here is we can find the hinge, right? And let's, I don't know. Let's reverse it a little bit so that we can get some of that sexy, sexy stone that's right underneath this. Then we can take our piston. Oh. That was highly unexpected. Atmospheric thruster. Show. Shift I, control. Oh. Well, that worked out great. Not really, but sure. What did I break? Probably just some steel plate. Yeah. We're gonna need some metal grids in order to get this thing to... You know what? We're just gonna tear this bugger down. Finally. Anyway. You know what? I'm going to tear that down in between episodes. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope I was helpful in this. I'm kind of questioning that I may or may not have been helpful. Because, well, things didn't quite go as to plan, but you know what? That's going to happen from time to time. You just got to roll with the punches, if you would. Anyway, until next time, I've been Relaxed Gamer, and I will see you guys later. Ciao.